These are the National Hockey League scores for Thursday, March 9th, 2023. The New York Rangers beat the Montreal Canadiens 4-3 in a shootout. For the NY, are we winning? Lafreniere in the first. Trouba and Kane. Ooh, Kane sounds so weird on New York. Both in the second. Shesterkin, 23 saves. For the loser Canadiens. Aren't all Canadians losers? That's mean, but true. Guhi and Betzile both in the first. Anderson in the second. And Montabu taking the loss with 30 saves. The NJD beat the Washington Capitals 3-2, also in a shootout. For the Devs, Howla and Mercer both in the second. Schmidt with 20 saves getting the win. For the Capitals, Van Riemsdyk in the first and Strome in the second. Kemper taking the loss with 38 saves. The Philadelphia Flyers lost to the Carolina Hurricanes, donut to 1. For Philly, Sanderstrom taking the loss with 28 saves. And for the Hurricanes, Svechnikov in the first. That wasn't even close, but it's 4 a.m. and I don't care. Kochetatov with 19 saves. Again, not even close. My Vegas Golden Knights won 4-3 down there in Tampa Bay, beating the Lightning in overtime. Just a phenomenal game. For the Selfless Knights, Colasar in the first, Carlson and Stevenson both in the third, and then Martinez with the overtime victory. Jonathan Quick, still sounds weird, with 34 saves. For the Lightning, Point, good on Point for getting some points in the first. Kucherov and Point again in the third, earning that paycheck. Vasilevsky with 17 pitiful saves. The New York Ice Mets beat the Pittsburgh Ice Pirates 4-3 in overtime. For the Islanders, Lee in the first, Fashling, Lee again in the third, and Nelson with the overtime goal. Sorokin with 33 saves. For the Krapsburg, Getzel and Zucker both in the first. Archibald, more like Archigood, actually scoring in the second. And Jari with 24 losing saves. Holy frick, this is a big one. The Dallas Stars whooped the Buffalo Sabres 10-4. I don't got time to read all this. I got to get to the gym. 10-4 in Buffalo. All right, for Dallas, Jingus, Johnston, Pavlevsky, Ben, all in the first. Kivaranta, Suter, both in the second. Dodonov, Fosca, Hintz, and Marchment all in the third. Like, everybody on the freaking team got a goal. I think Marchment is the coach. Ottinger getting the win with 25 saves. Here's the crazy part. Buffalo didn't pull their goalie. They left their goalie in. They let him take all 10 of those goals. Jeez. For Buff, weak. For the Weekalo, Greenway in the first. Okposo, it shouldn't have been that hard, in the second. Skinner in the third, and Olofsson also in the third. Cormier taking the loss with 39 saves and 10 goals allowed. That's going to hurt the average for sure. The Edmonton Oilers beat the Boston Bruins in what looked and played like a playoff game, but I say that about every hockey game. For the Spoilers, Bouchard in the second, McLeod and Nurse both in the third. Skinner with 26 saves. For the Bruins could have clinched a playoff spot 4.5 weeks out. Granted, like, they would have had to have won, and the Red Sox would have had to have won, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would have had to, like, all that would have had to play out. And it didn't, because they lost. Marchand and Pasternak in the first. Swayman taking the loss with 19 saves. The San Jose Sharks lost to the St. Louis Blues 2-4 in the STL. For the Sharks. Carlson in the first and Hart in the second. Kakinen with 26 saves. Man, San Jose is not good. For the Blues, Krug in the first, Blias in the second, Vrana and Thomas both in the third. Bennington getting the one with 32 saves. The Los Angeles Kings beat the Colorado Avalanche 5-2 over in Colorado. For the Kings, Kempe and Velarde in the first. Kempe, Denault, and Denault again in the third. Good for him with a back-to-back. Kopasalo with 28 saves. For the Avalanche, it was an avalanche of goals against him. I'm not right. Rodriguez in the second, McKinnon in the third, and Georgiev. Is it Gorgiev or Georgiev? I don't care. Win, and I'll try to pronounce your name better. With 26 saves. The Nashville Predators lost to the Arizona Coyotes in the AZ 1-4. For Arizona. No, I'm sorry. For Nashville. Ha! Glass in the third, and Soros taking the loss with 39 saves. For the Coyotes, Ritchie in the first, Hayden, McBain, and Schmaltz all in the third. Profligate with 39 saves. Oof, the Ottawa Senators I went to bed before this game ended. The Ottawa Senators beat the Seattle Kraken 5-4 in Seattle. For Ottawa, Pinto and Chychrun and Brown all in the first. Giroux and Debercat both in the third. Sogard taking the loss with 29 saves. For the Kraken, freaking Seattle. Seattle's a hockey team. That's so stupid. McCain in the first, Schwartz and McCain again in the second, and Richard Dunn. It's not Richard Dunn. Great job. In the third, Grubauer with 26 saves. And those were the National Hockey League scores for Thursday, March 9th, 2023. I guess. Yeah, those are all of them.